Start the chapter working with Microsoft Excel. What exactly the Excel is? Excel is basically a spreadsheet created by Microsoft company. So it's a licensed software which is not available free of cost. It means you have to purchase it if you want to use it. It is a program that is used for basically storing, organizing, and manipulating data in the forms of rows and columns. It means you can store the data, organize it, and you can perform many calculations on the data in the form of rows and columns, or you can say in a tabular form. Now, what is a spreadsheet? As I'm saying that Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet software. So what is that spreadsheet? Spreadsheet is basically it's a computer application used for organizing, analyzing and storage of data in a tabular form. If I will store anything in a tabular form, then it will be called as a spreadsheet. Now, spreadsheet MS Excel is a type of MS Excel is a type of spreadsheet software. It means we have many different examples of spreadsheet software. You can say as Kelsey, Microsoft Excel, or Google Spreadsheet also is an example of spreadsheet software. So MS Excel is just a category of, or you can say as an example of spreadsheet software. Okay, now what are the advantages of using spreadsheet? Why cannot we store the data in a simple Word file? Why do we need this Excel only? First is it is easy to enter and format the data, because if you will enter the data in a tabular form, it will be easier for you to judge what you are entering, and it will be easier for format at the time of formatting also. If I want to do some changes in that data, it will be easier for me at that time also. Next is making changes is easier. Means if I want to edit anything, if I want to change the data, it will be easier to do in MS Excel instead of if I'll make the table in Word or PowerPoint. It will be easier to do that changes in MS Excel. Next is calculations are error free. Whatever the calculations we will do in MS Excel, it will be error free because it's a machine. It's calculating everything. There will be no chances of errors till the time you are applying the correct formula. If you are not applying the correct formula, then obviously there will be the chances of errors. Okay, now if I'll make a table in MS Word and later on I want to add few more rows, or I want to do some editing in that table, it will be very difficult for me, and even I cannot perform any calculations in the table which I have created in MS Word. But at the same time, if I'm creating the same table in MS Excel, it will be easier for me to do the changes in the table. I can add as many as rows I want to add, and the calculations will be easier for to perform in MS Excel. Easier what not even easier, even we can perform in Excel, but we cannot perform the calculations in Word. So here we can apply the formulas and we can perform the calculations. Next is graphical representation of data using graphs and charts. We can represent the data, the table which we have created, we can convert it into a chart or a graph in the spreadsheet software. But we cannot, it is not easy to convert a, a Word file into a graphical representation in the form of graphs or in the form of charts. Next is it works quickly to analyze large amount of data. Suppose if I'm having a record of the whole school and I want to analyze how many students from my school uh, are how many students of our school are scoring more than 90% marks in the final exam. So here it will be easier for me to analyze that data if I'm using the spreadsheet software, but it is almost not possible to do that thing in MS Word. Next is, it is perfect for doing analysis and making decisions in a business. For business perspective, it is very helpful because easily we can analyze few things and we can make decisions on the basis of calculations we are performing. Okay, so let us start with Excel now. How to open MS Excel first? Here I am having MS Excel 2010, so I'm opening that. So this is how MS Excel looks. Okay, I'm increasing the size of the rows and column, or my spreadsheet you can say, by pressing this button of zoom in. Okay, now this is the complete spreadsheet. Now in single spreadsheet we can have many different types of different worksheets. Like this is sheet 1, this is, you can say, this is worksheet 1, this is worksheet 2, this is worksheet 3, and you can add as many as you want to add. So we can have many different worksheets in a single spreadsheet. Next is now coming up to single worksheet, how to add the data in it, what are the different rows, what are the columns. Okay, now what is this A, B, C, D? A, B, C, D are known as columns of the worksheet, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are the rows of the worksheet. And the intersection of a column and a row makes a cell. Like this cell is an intersection of column B and row 3. So the address of this cell is B3. Every cell has a particular address in MS Excel, and that address is denoted by first by the name of column and second by the name of row. So address of this cell is B3. Similarly, the address of this cell is G7. Address of this cell is C11, and so on. So every cell has an address which will be depicted by first the name of the column and then the name of the row. And this area is known as name box, where the addresses of the cells will automatically came if you will click on any of the cell on Excel. If I'll click on any of the cell, it will show me the address of that cell. So this area is known as name box, and this area is known as formula bar, where we can write the formulas to perform any calculations that we will do in the next class, means in class 7th. Okay, so I hope I'm clear with the rows and columns in MS Excel. These are the columns, A, B, C, D are the columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are the rows. Okay, now what is active cell? The cell on which I will click will be highlighted with a black color border, and this is known as the active cell. Means the currently if I'll click or if I'll select these many cells, then all these cells will be treated as an active cell. So this is an active cell. Okay, now how to enter the data and move inside the Excel sheet? You can use the arrow keys to move across the sheets. Down arrow key for going down, right arrow key from the keyboard for going to the right side, similarly up and left. Okay, so this is how we can move across the sheet. And next is now how to enter the data. Simply, there are two different options to write the data. Either you can click on the cell where you want to enter the data and write whatever you want to write. Like I'm going to write roll number. Then in the next cell, I want to write name, then class, then section. Or the second option is You can click on the cell, then you can go to the formula bar and write whatever you want to write here, like percentage. So we have two different options of writing. Either we can directly write into the cell by clicking on that cell, or you can just select that cell and go to the formula bar to write the content. So these are the two ways in which you can write in an Excel file. Next is now how to copy, paste, and moving the data in a worksheet. Now, how to copy and paste. Uh, what is a shortcut key for copy? That is Control plus C. So it will remain same here only, here also. I have to press, suppose I want to copy. Here I'm entering few numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So suppose I want to copy these numbers, or I want to copy the whole column from A1 to A6. Whole content I want to copy, Control plus C, and I want to paste it on another sheet, on sheet 2, Control plus V. So this is how we can copy and paste. For copy you have to use Control plus C, and for paste you have to use Control plus V. Okay, now this is how copy and paste works. And now how to cut and paste. What is the shortcut of cut? That is Control plus X. Now let us move this percentage to the sheet 2. Control plus X I am pressing. Now go to sheet 2 and paste it here. Control plus V. Now let us check on sheet 1. It is not no more on sheet 1 because we have cut it from here and paste it over there. Now this is how we can copy, paste, and shift the data from one sheet to another sheet. Okay, next. Now suppose I have few names here. Ankit, Rahul, Amit, Saurabh, Ria. Okay, now I have written few names in the sheet. Now suppose I want to I have a long list of 100 students or more than 100 students, suppose 1000 students, and I want to find out a particular name. Suppose I want to search Rahul in my sheet. Then how to do that? Do I have to visit one by one each cell and check the names? No. What we can do, we can just simply click on column B, then press Ctrl plus F. In front of you, this pop-up window will appear. Here you have to write Rahul and click on Find All. Now it is showing that Rahul is there in the sheet 1, and the address is also coming, where it is coming B3. It is showing that Rahul is there in the cell B3. Now click on it and automatically it will select, or it will make Rahul as an active cell or B3 as an active cell. Active cell, I already told you what is active cell. Active cell is a cell which is highlighted by this dark border in MS Excel, that is known as active cell. Now next is how to save a worksheet. Let us complete the worksheet first. I'm having the students who belongs to different classes and different sections also. Okay, now suppose my worksheet is complete. So I want to save it. Go to File, click on Save, choose a name for your worksheet. Suppose I'm writing Excel demo. Choose a location where you want to save. I'm going to save it in class 6 folder and press on save button. So this is how you can save your Excel file. Okay, now what are the different types of data in MS Excel? What are the different types of data types? Data types means which type of data you can enter into an Excel file. We can enter three different types of data. One is labels. Labels means the headings like roll number, name, class, section. These are the headings. So these are known as labels. Next is values. Values means the content which you are entering or the values which you are entering into that heading. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, Ankit, Rahul, Amit, Saurav, Riya, classes I am entering, sections I am entering. So this is values. And the last one is formula. Formula means suppose if I want to perform a calculation, I want to calculate the sum of all the numbers. For that I can enter a formula also. That we will learn in the next class, in class 7th, how to enter the formula. So basically these are the three different types of data types which we can enter into the Excel. One is roll number, next is one is label. Label can be the headings. Next is values. Values can be any value. It can be a numeric value, it can be an alphabetical value, or it can be a alphanumeric value, which consists of both, like addresses in which we have the numbers also and we have the alphabets also. And the last is formula. Formula means we can enter a formula to perform calculations in an Excel sheet. Okay. Next is now how to select the data. Suppose I want to select first two roll numbers, then I can select it like this. So this is how we can select the data in MS Excel. And next is now suppose I want to select a whole column, all the sections of the students. So I will click on D, the whole uh, column D will be selected. Similarly, I can also select a single row. Click on a particular row and that row will be selected. So we can select either a column or a row or a range of cells. Clear? Next is now, what is cell range? Cell range is, suppose if I'll click on this cell, it will become an active cell and the address of this cell is E2. But what if I select all the cells from A2 to D6? I'm selecting all the cells starting from A2 up to D6. So this is known as the range of cells. If I'll select a group of cells together, it will become the range. Now the range is A2 to D6. For referring to the range, we have to write the address of the first cell, that is A2, and the address of the last cell, that is D6. So this is a range, cell range you can say. Okay, next is now how to insert a row or a column uh, in a worksheet. Now suppose I have to enter here after name. I forgot to enter father's name of the student. Then I will right click on C and click on insert. Now new column will be inserted. Here you can write whatever you want to write. Right? Similarly, after roll number 3, there is a new student in a class. So I want to insert a row. So right click on 5 and click on insert. Now change the numbers first and add the name of the student. This is how we can add a column or a row. Now suppose I want to delete something. Suppose I have inserted a row here by mistake, sorry, a column here and a row here by mistake, and then later I want to delete it. So click on E, right click and press the delete button. Similarly, click on 4, right click and then press the delete button. So this is how we can insert or delete rows and columns from a table. Next is now how to change the column width. Here, as everybody can see, father's name I have written, but it is not showing the name, means the content is not coming completely in the box. So what we need to do, we need to increase the width of this column. And how to increase the width of this column? Select the column C, right click on it, and then there is an option of column width. Click on this. Right now, by default, it is 8.43. So let us make it 15. Now the column width is increased. This is first option. Second option is you can bring your cursor in between column B and column D, and your cursor will convert into both side arrows. When it will convert into both side arrows, at that time you have to press the mouse and drag it. This is a second option. You can increase the width of a cell or a column. Similarly, in the same way, we can also increase the height of the rows. Suppose I want to increase the height of all the rows where I have written the content. Select all the rows from 1 to 7. From 1 to 7. Now right click and there is the option of row height. By default, row height is 15. Let us make it 30. The height of the rows are now 30. Similarly, if you can also increase the height by bringing your cursor between 2 and 3 and then drag it like this. I hope I'm clear to everyone how to increase the width and the width of the column and row, height of the row. So today we will do only this much. Rest we will continue in the next class.